Now, I mean, you can't say you're not expecting, because 1 + 1 is 2. Thank you. Hello. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. So I just wanted to have a really quick chat. Actually, Dexter encouraged me to come on and have a talk about pregnancy. He had heard me sharing with some of my friends about the differences between last pregnancy and this pregnancy. And yeah, he was like, you should really do a sit down about this. So I was like, okay, I guess I could do that. So that's what I'm doing now. As some of y'all may know, we are pregnant. Today is the last day of 2nd trimester, and we are entering into 3rd trimester with our 2nd delivery. This is our 3rd pregnancy and our 2nd delivery. So yes, very exciting, very exciting times. I'm definitely grateful that I feel healthy, I feel strong, I feel good, but there are some stark differences this pregnancy versus the last. And at first I didn't really realize it, but as I've gone through, I've been able to really like reflect and be like, okay, no, this is really different. And so if you have kids already or know someone who does, some of these may be like really relatable, but I just wanted to share this to encourage even someone who's going through it. Of course, it's always we encourage each other because we going through the same stuff in different ways, but sometimes it just things overlap. And it's definitely been a different experience. So I think the first way, I know last pregnancy we had a miscarriage the first pregnancy. When we got pregnant with Josiah, which was such a miracle and a blessing, we were trying to get pregnant after the miscarriage, and so it was exciting. We had told a lot of our family and friends about the pregnancy the first time. So I feel like it kind of created this awareness, so people knew, like our community anyway, knew that we had been through a loss. And so when we got pregnant with Josiah, it was very exciting. We were excited, our family was excited, our friends were excited. It was beautiful. But I feel like this time, while our community was still very excited, when we first found out, it was different because we were not expecting. Now, I mean, you can't say you're not expecting, because 1 + 1 is 2. Thank you. So, but I think for us, because our experience had been trying, since we weren't trying per se, or didn't have it in the forefront of our mind, I would say, when we got pregnant this time, we were like, oh my goodness, like, wow, we're pregnant, and so it kind of more so caught us off guard than the first time. And so I think the emotions there were just a bit different. The emotions were different all around, but still exciting. But I think for me, I struggled to like feel that it was as exciting as when we got pregnant with Saya, just because we were coming off the heels of that miscarriage. And so I wanted to be excited, but I felt like around me it wasn't as much excitement around it. And so God had to really work with me on that and help me to really be like, no, this child is a gift. This child is a gift. You are blessed to carry this child. This child is blessed. And so over time it got better. Dexter and I began to be more excited together, which really helped me then to be like, okay, yeah, this is exciting. So then as we started to share out, of course, all family and friends are excited and stuff like that. And so that was definitely its own journey toward the beginning of the pregnancy. And I think also another thing that has been different is now we have a little side man. So being pregnant while still mothering and raising a baby has been very interesting. Like when I was pregnant with Josiah, I didn't have a baby to, so I could like lay down when I wanted. I could move how I wanted. But now I'm a mama, so I'm watching after him. I'm taking care of him, and it's different because my attention is not only solely focused on just the pregnancy. I'm focused on my household a bit more. And so that has been something that I've been trying to navigate and balance and realize, okay, Imani, like, you can still focus on both, but it's okay to learn how to, ask God for help to do both. So that's what I've done. Like through this journey, I've asked God many times, like when I have a devotional that is going to be given to a little babe, when he's older, but I didn't really do good keeping up the devotional with Josiah. Let me just be honest, I did not. But I definitely was struggling again with this one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm missing days, or sometimes I don't even realize I look up and it's been a week, already. But I've learned to just give myself grace, like to do the things that I can do and to enjoy it. And if it was a week where we were a little bit busier as a family, that's okay. You know, that's absolutely okay. And so I feel like that's another difference, that, you know, being pregnant while raising a baby boy is different than being pregnant before you have, you know, when you don't have any children yet, and that's your first, you know, child that you'll all be bringing into the world together. So that has definitely been different, but it's also been exciting because I feel like now we're thinking like, okay, what size is going to be like a big brother, watching kind of his mannerisms now that he's getting a bit older and coming into some of his personality, and we're able to see like, oh my gosh, what's he gonna be like? You know, even his interactions with the belly, like I don't know that he knows there's a baby in there, but even when he will rub the belly or he'll put his head down there, it's just sweet. It's just so sweet. And so sometimes even little babe in the womb, like if Si's crying, he'll kick and like it's just so funny to me because like he can hear now. So when Si's crying, he can hear that. Sometimes he'll kick in his direction. It's very sweet, the bond already. So some of that is just different. And I think for me, when I was pregnant with Josiah, I was obviously excited about being a mama, very much so, all in. But I think this pregnancy, it's setting in a little bit differently for me, the importance of the role of the mother, the anointing of a mother, and the servanthood that comes with being a mother, and how there are some changes. Like, you know, I can't be who Imani was, you know, pre-children, and try to hold on to some of that and try to then go into this new chapter. Some things have to be left. You know, some things can't go where, you know, I'm going. And so I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get myself together here. Little wardrobe. If you see some things on the shirt, just please don't mind me. It's really the way that we just really try to keep it together with the clothes these days, please. But yes, so yeah, but I just, you know, I began to realize, like, you know, I cannot keep up who I was before and try to become who I really feel like God is making me to be now as a mom of two, you know, moving into a mother of two. And so there are some things that I'm just no longer as passionate about, or I'm more passionate about now that I wasn't before. Like taking care of kids at home. Like, I mean, of course, I've always been like, okay, I don't know, I'll watch your kids, but I'm still gonna do this, I'm still gonna do that with different things. But now I'm kind of like, you know, I'm passionate, more passionate about taking care of my children, more passionate about taking care of the family and the home and things like that, and being present with them, especially when they're so small, because eventually they'll be older and they'll, you know, be in school, God willing, and all these things. But while they're small, this is like a prime time, and I really feel that strongly in my heart a lot lately. So just being able to disciple them while they're so small, setting that firm foundation, is becoming more and more important to me than some of my own personal goals or things like that. In terms of the right now, like, I feel like everything has a season and a time and a place. But right now, I'm really loving mamahood. I'm really loving welcoming children into the world and starting this family that God has blessed us with Dexter, and seeing him be a father and all these things. And so some of my desires in the season are changing, and they changed a little bit with Saya, but it's definitely like setting in more this pregnancy as well. I feel like this pregnancy as well, I'm not as afraid, I guess is the word. I was a little bit nervous. Well, since last pregnancy, a lot of things I was experiencing for the first time, I didn't know what was what or what was normal or okay. So this time around, I kind of know a bit more just by, you know, having gone through it the first time. And even though it's a different experience, some things are the same. Like, some of my even cravings are the same. Some of my like experiences, like the taste kind of things with your tongue, some of that has been the same. But one thing that has definitely been different is the level of support needed, because we do have Josiah now and I'm pregnant. So our village has been such a huge help, and I thank God for them, because, you know, Dexter and I are still working, and so being able to have support from family, friends, you know, Josiah's grandparents and things like that has really been helpful, because we've now been able to like get support when needed so we can focus on other tasks. And sometimes I am now kind of getting like, oh, I'm kind of tired, or oh, it's harder for me to complete as much stuff all the time, or I don't have the undivided attention that I had before. And so having a helping hand goes so far. Oh my gosh, even recording this video right now. It's Wednesday, and Dexter's mom is so sweet. She watches him on Wednesday at her house when she works from home, and it allows me to get a lot of work done, to have moments to sit down like this, you know, that I typically wouldn't have. And so it's just such a blessing to have community. Community was definitely important before, especially when we're going through the grieving process. But now it's like, yes, being able to come and watch Josiah, take him, doing things like that, you know, when it does happen, is such a blessing. Such a blessing. His babysitter has been coming. Shout out to Lydia. Thank you. You've been a blessing. My mama has been coming on Tuesdays, and she'll be here with me at the house, which is really helpful for mostly when I need to do work stuff, you know, is what it's helpful for. So it's a blessing. You know, it's such a blessing, and I don't count it, take it lightly at all. So but this pregnancy has been a blessing. Things have been smooth. I thank God. There's been nothing crazy. We are working with a doula, and I'm grateful for that. I'm so thankful, because she has been a blessing for us this time around, just helping us look at things differently, and things that I feel like I had already had inclinations about, but maybe I didn't have the language to put to it from the last like delivery and stuff. Like, she has really kind of helped kind of like process some of that with us, and that's a blessing. So, you know, I thank God. It's just a little pregnancy chat. So today is the last day of the second trimester, and yeah, we're going into the end strong. I was just talking on I was just sharing with on Instagram about gotta really put up my heart, instead of like being so excited about starting some fitness weight loss journey postpartum, to really start making some healthy choices now, which I feel like I have been doing in some ways, but I don't feel like I feel like he's gonna help me to see there's no need. You can finish strong, you can finish healthy, you can finish. This ain't no weight loss, you're pregnant, yeah, we're having a baby, you know, but being able to make some healthier choices, being able to be mindful of water consumption, mindful of our workouts and stuff like that, and just being active, moving the body, all these things, and preparing for a labor and delivery. Like, that can happen right now. This third trimester doesn't have to just be because I was kind of preparing to just lay down, eat whatever if I was hungry, because sometimes I'll be hungry, and try to keep moving, you know, drink water, but really being able to take the responsibility of like, hey, we're preparing for labor. This is a beautiful moment. We can make a decision and make choices every day that prepare us for that, and prepare baby in the best way. Like, I'm excited. So that is my pregnancy chat. In a nutshell, I've been loving step classes. I've been doing that. I've been loving Grow Up Job. I've been doing outdoor walks, even though it's very hot. But all these things in preparing for these last couple months. So I'm looking forward to enjoying it. I definitely felt like I was kind of getting into a place of where I felt like it was hard to enjoy, just with having to balance so much more this time around, so much more. But I thank God He's brought the joy back, and by bringing in some support and some help, I've been able to really now reclaim that joy. I didn't really feel like I struggled with that, but with being pregnant with Josiah. But now that we have him, I'm, you know, mommying now, and I'm also working still, and all these different things. I'm like, it's starting to get a little heavy. Now I'm getting a little heavy. So, you know, but I feel like God has really helped us through our community really find that joy again. Me particularly find the joy again, enjoy, and really looking forward to where we are, and being grateful, because it's such a blessing. And so just getting into that slump was kind of taking a toll, but I thank God that we're coming up out of that, and things are really, you know, feeling much better these days. So I'm just hoping that this encourages anyone who is watching, even if you're someone who's maybe not pregnant, but maybe in a similar situation where you're navigating, you know, a transition or preparing for something. Growing pains are to be expected, but there's so much beauty in it, like so much. And sometimes what I've noticed too is that it's not even the blessing that is the issue. It's all the other things that pull that are not important. Like, I love spending time with my son, but there's some other things that maybe pull for my attention that I don't love as much anymore, or that I still am trying to commit to, that are not as, you know, essential in this season. And so even being able to learn to let go of some things, to be present where I am, has been a big help in that as well. So we thank God for all these things. Hopefully this is encouraging, just a little pregnancy chat, but would love to keep you guys updated and posted. I do want to do another video where Dex and I kind of talk about our health and fitness, what it looks like right now, because he's preparing for a 10K and I'm preparing for delivery. So we both are doing some things intentionally, and I would love to share that with you guys. So if you haven't yet, and if you want to join the family, feel free to subscribe, comment down below some thoughts you had, some feedback that you had. If you're a mom and you have some experiences, please share please share it with me, so we can encourage each other. Even if you're a father and you have some encouragement for Dexter, he's doing great at really just being so supportive through everything. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.